fire crews had their hands full certainly here throughout the evening as we come back out here live in German Township, where again we're at this gas station here along 725 in southwest Montgomery County. You can see all of the water here as that continues to linger in a lot of parts of the region tonight. Live in German Township, Sean Cudahy, News Center 7.
All right, Sean, appreciate your time tonight. Thank you much. And let's get back over to Chief Meteorologist McCall Vrydaghs. And, you know, as you look at all the water that Sean was standing right next to today, you know, you talked about it time and time again. These systems, you know, they weren't moving very quickly. They were just dumping a ton of water.
Yeah, we had a big surge in the moisture that was moving into the Miami Valley from last night into today before these storms got here. And when you have thunderstorms that are only moving at about 30 to 35 miles per hour and have rainfall rates of 7 inches per hour, you can quickly stack up that water. The ground is saturated. We had a good amount of rain that came through in the morning before we had these storms this evening, so that really primed the ground to be saturated and unable to take on the amount of water that came on in. Live Doppler 7 shows that we are not out of the woods yet. We do have some thunderstorms out there, and one of them is now moving into Warren County. This thunderstorm has a severe thunderstorm warning associated with it until 11:45 this evening. This storm is moving into Mason right now, has indications of producing at least 1 inch in diameter hail, which we are seeing on our hail tracker. When you look at the color table there in the upper left-hand side of your screen, once you start to get into those purples and those pinks, that is when we know that hail is possible. And certainly all of the storms that we had earlier this evening were indicative of a type of storm that is producing hail. We've seen the photos, we've seen the videos, so it is an environment that can produce that kind of hail. Storm Tracker does show that this storm, as it's moving to the east-southeast at about 30 miles per hour, will be moving into areas such as Mainville, South Lebanon, Loveland, Morrow, Goshen, and Butterville in about 5 to 10 minutes or so, and will continue on into the east-southeast and likely going to move out of the Miami Valley at some point later on tonight. North of that, you can see quieter conditions, still some straggling showers there in the southwestern part of our area, but generally we're going to look at a little bit of some better weather moving in for tonight. Further back to the west, though, just south of Indianapolis, we'll watch how these showers and storms develop. They're all propagating to the south, but there is still a little bit of an eastward track. And as they move in, there is that potential for some flash flooding. Here's our water vapor loop, and deep greens show how moist the environment is. It's actually a subtropical storm that's making landfall in the Gulf of Mexico. But look at this, right over Ohio. That just shows you the amount of moisture that we have for these storms to tap into and why we have a flash flood warning in many parts of the Miami Valley. That's where you have shaded in purple south of the Dayton area down into Wilmington as well. That goes until shortly after midnight tonight. Now tomorrow there's a threat for some strong to severe thunderstorms primarily in the afternoon. Might have some wet weather early on in the morning, a little midday break like today, and then a level 1 risk that we might have some damaging wind gusts, hail, and a brief spin-up can't be ruled out again for Saturday afternoon. Not as high of a threat as we had today, but one that you have to pay attention to. I know a lot of us have plans this weekend for Father's Day weekend. A few more storms around on Sunday. We're in the upper 80s. Storms on Monday with a cold front that will finally bring relief from the storms, the heat, and the humidity with highs in the 70s Tuesday and Wednesday. James?
It'd be nice to have it quiet around here for a few days. We're back in just a moment.